All right, so welcome back, you guys. This is day two for the people that have joined us and they would like to get access to the recording from yesterday. We have like what we call VIP access, VIP lounge, which is the after hours thing. Like once we're done with these calls, we'll have a small, just little group study after where we can kind of tackle specific things that you have. With the VIP lounge, you'll get access to all the recordings. You'll get access to all of my dispute letters. So it's definitely a great add-on. And I have the link posted in the chat in case you all would like to make that purchase for that. So we're going to step into it. So these are going to be again specialty accounts. So understanding these specific accounts, learning how we tackle and dispute and ultimately remove these accounts. So late payments, bankruptcy, repossessions, student loans, hard inquiries, medical collections, and then talking about different tenant screening, evictions, and kind of things that I get asked a lot in mentorship, as well as like things that people ask me.
Yes, these are some of the top things that people ask for, especially late payments.
Oh yeah.
Tenant screenings, I've been getting a lot of them this week. Bankruptcies, it's calmed down a lot, and I can't wait to dig into student loans because
Oh
everybody
yes.
always want to, like everybody want to delete like 17 years, 20 years worth of
Oh
history
yes.
when you
It,
don't want to, when you don't have to go that route with the student loans.
Yes, I love it. Like we're on the same page. So yeah, so we're gonna dig deep into this. So again, we'll cover all these topics. So make sure you got some notes. Lakia talked about it yesterday, making sure you guys are
Yeah.
taking notes. And two, when we do have like dead spots, we'll open the floor for questions. If we don't have a chance to get to it today, or the VIP line, if you don't purchase that, we're gonna try to add it tomorrow. So these calls tomorrow is going to be a real deep dive and a real strategy. So we're teaching legal foundation. Let me see, somebody just put her picture. Okay, perfect. So legal foundation. So what is disputable? Because I get people all the time as far as like people trying to fix their credit, as well as people who I'm teaching to fix credit. What can you dispute? So really anything on a credit report can be disputed. But primarily what we focus on is inaccurate information, unverifiable information, duplicates, things that's undocumented, incomplete, outdated, inconsistency, and wrong. So of course, if it's accurate, the client did it, verifiable, complete, and it's current. That kind of changes the process on the legal side of things.
Yes.
Let me close my door real quick now.
Okay. And people also be failing to realize that sometimes you can delete things off of other reports as well, like Sage Streams, LexisNexis, CoreLogic. You can delete things off of these credit bureaus as well, even without touching it on your three regular bureaus or the three main bureaus, as they would say. So I was
Hmm.
just telling them Sunday that they can delete things off of other things, off other bureaus as well. Like right now, I'm dealing with somebody that has an eviction. It is not on her three main credit bureaus. It's on another
Yep.
one, and we had to
Hmm.
find out today who they pulled the
Yep.
report from in order for us to dispute properly. And she was
Hmm.
like, "I thought you told me it was off my credit." So, baby,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a lot. Like I said, and it's so many different reporting agencies. That's why I wanted to put the tenant in there because that's the one thing that people do not know about. It's not taught. Everyone talks
yes,
about the three credit bureaus. So we giving y'all some stuff that truthfully I had to learn myself. I did not find it in a course.
yeah,
This is real research, real strategy, and like you said, people wondering while it's still on their report and it's being put somewhere else. So this is real skill. This
yes. It is real, real skill.
yes, becoming a million dollar deletion, it takes real skill, not real being able to really read and understand a credit report. We're an investigator in a way. We're investigating the hell out of these credit reports. We read them as an investigator. So what we look for, what should be
Yeah,
reported,
and
what
what
should
shouldn't be.
not, and what documentation should exist. So it's a lot. Again, it's more. That's why it's not a letter. It's not a letter. If it was, again,
Yes.
y'all know we'll charge out $1 million for the letter. It's not a letter at all. Let's see
And
here.
right now, wait, I want to give y'all eight other bureaus right now so
Okay.
that y'all can Write these down, and y'all might have questions about them, or never heard of them, or have heard of them and are dealing with them. Sorry, it was Sunday. Don't kill
No,
me.
that's fine. I'm taking notes. I
Okay.
got them. I know the tenant reporting is at the end too, but you probably got some that I don't have on there.
Yeah. So, and this is y'all. Please let Claude or ChatGPT or something be your best friend or your assistant. So they coming in strong with check systems, early warning systems, LexisNexis risk solutions, and I'll type it all in as well.
Okay.
Innovis, um, NCTUE, and that reports utilities and telecom payments. Clarity Services, DataX, and TelTrack. And I'll write all of those in there too. I just want y'all to have those eight. And that's only
Mm-hmm.
eight. That's not all of
Right.
them. That's
That's not
only
core
eight.
logic. That's not pace.
Yes.
It's so many. When I tell
So many
y'all,
of them. So when
yes.
people be like, "You, I thought you said you got this off." We did get it off the main three. It might
Mm-hmm.
still be reporting on other things that you are trying to do.
And I
So
personally
write
don't
those
touch the
things.
other three, but I mean, I don't go
Yeah,
past the other three, but I
I
know.
do a up, you have to do an upcharge. That is an upsell
Okay.
of
Yeah,
me
definitely.
doing doing these check systems, early warning systems. It's a
Mm-hmm.
complete another beast.
Yeah.
LexisNexis, baby, it got my ex-boyfriend on there. Anybody that know me know I tell this story. My ex-boyfriend, Donzel, is on my report. We were never married or nothing. They have
Yes.
him down as a
LexisNexis don't
spouse.
play. Yes,
Yes,
they'll find out where you stayed when you was 4 years old. Everything on LexisNexis for sure.
yes.
Um, did you guys get those that Lakia had? Okay, she put it in the chat, so definitely check the chat for those. These are all great. So these are additional reporting agency, just like the three credit bureaus. These are other ones that people I personally again don't touch. I don't upsell it, but it is a great upsell. I know I have some mentees that have asked about this, like, hey, what are the other things? So you dispute these, again, different techniques, different strategies, but you can dispute with these people as well
Yes.
that she has on
And this is only eight, not all of them. This is only eight. So don't be like, well, you didn't tell me all about the all
here.
other ones.
Right.
This is only eight of the 52. Please, you so
It's
many.
it's a lot. It really is.
There are over
Um
30 specialty CRA credit
and then
reporting
we
agencies.
and then
Over
when you get
30.
into like tenants and stuff too, like it's a lot. But these are again the common ones that you will use.
Correct.
Common the major three and then additional ones that you'll have. So the next is like mixing accounts. This is something that I don't do. I always tell people don't try to mix all this stuff into one letter. Repos, goodwills, bankruptcies, medical collection, rental taxes, like separate letters for separate issues. Now, if it's the same issue that you're trying to do, like in all collections, that's different. But people try to combine everything into one letter. So separate issues require a separate strategy and it needs to create separate paper trail and strategy. So separate. Um Again, I have people that try to just include all this stuff together in one letter. Some of this stuff too, depending on your
That's me,
strategy.
Sunday. I'm guilty. I am guilty of including all things. It depends on when my clientele at the time. I do have a go-to letter that I will put every account and try my luck. So we all have different disputing, and y'all know I'm
hmm
gonna be real. You know what I'm saying?
for
I
sure.
do break it down now, but baby, you can't tell
Oh.
me nothing about my top round third kill letter. So it eats down. Now, do it clear everything? No, but if it can clear something, that's my go-to letter when I'm in a bad.
And you said, what's the name of that letter? Is that letter that you
That's
created?
a letter that I sell, and all my
Okay.
letters are on sale. You get 115 letters for $20. Like, you cannot beat that.
Yeah, you can't beat that. I can tell you
You
out the
can't beat
gate.
that.
Mine's ninety
And it's
dollars.
called my
So
top round third kill letter. If you are in my mentorship, they know that letter eat down. That is a nice holy grail in a rush last minute. I'm not saying it worked for everything, but
hmm
it do what it's supposed to do when I needed to do it.
for sure. So like I said too. Now again, this ain't collections because I definitely include all collections into one letter. So and that's one thing you're gonna learn. Me and Lakia have different strategies, different letters, and that's the purpose of us doing it together. So we can
Yes,
tell you each one of our strategies. Like I said, she has a killer letter that may work. You put all things together, that's cool. It works. But again, if it don't, you can also try my strategy. So you gotta have
yes,
different techniques. If you're following
yes,
one technique, and that don't work how you want it to work, and you don't have a go-to to try, you messed up. So
Correct.
you got to be able to have different strategies for it. Talisha said, what is it called? And is it on your website?
Top round third kill. Yeah, I told y'all I be naming my letters weird. I got my letters is very crazy, like houseway, all type of stuff. Like I got curse your ass out on the letter. That's what I be calling it. Curse your ass out. So yeah, it's
So we're
called
gonna
top round third kill, and I think it has three letters. It's like top round first kill, top round second kill, and top round third kill. So that's
okay.
my top
Can
kill
can
letters.
you put your website in too, or where we can purchase the letters?
Yeah.
And again, if you upgrade to the VIP lounge, I'm gonna give you mine free. So you gonna have plenty of letters. 100, you
Yeah.
said 115 for
I think it's
yours,
115. Yeah.
$20.
115 letters for $20. That's
Yep,
something you can't beat. It's a
yep.
I
Plus
I'd
30.
rather just give it to y'all.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, plus 30 of
Yeah.
mine with the VIP. So y'all getting a lot of good stuff in it. So we're gonna talk into late payments. So I see it all the time. Again, just late payment. I just sit back and just kind of watch. So specialty accounts. So I handle late payments differently. So again, I'm an investigator when it comes to disputing. So I will look at it and I have to determine, should I remove the account altogether? Should I just update the credit report? Or sometimes should I leave it alone? So that's kind of what you, again, an investigator, you got to be able to make the best decision. Because I ain't gonna lie, when I first started, my goal was to delete everything. And I touched somebody's student loans one time, and it was the only positive accounts they had. And if you did that
Mm.
before, you know what happened. Their score
Baby,
plummeted.
all the way
Their score,
down, gone,
yes.
Benito.
Their score plummeted. So that you can't do that. So everything is to not be touched. And I'm gonna tell you just again my thought process behind it. So what I look for is inconsistent reporting, which it does happen. So if I see, looking at it, identify there's an error right then, meaning one credit bureau is reporting a different payment history than the other bureaus, I'm gonna dispute the bureau that's showing it late. That's common sense. That's easy. Goodwills. A lot of people swear saying goodwills don't work. So I don't use goodwills for everything based on just how long I've been doing credit repair. I've seen accounts where goodwill strategies work. So I only use these for certain type of people. And I'm gonna tell you again when I use these. So this is when an account is stable, their story is strong, and the report is actually matching the story you're trying to tell in the letter. For instance, somebody will say like in a letter, a goodwill letter, please update this. I'm trying to get a house. I made all my payments on time, or like, and y'all don't know the credit bureaus. Well, not the credit bureaus, but the creditors have access to your report. You got an account with them. That's why they increase your credit limit sometimes. Sometimes they'll lower it. They can see what's on your report. So if you're trying to request for them to remove a late payment and you behind on other accounts, they're not gonna do it. So I have only a certain time when I use my goodwill letter. And then full account removal. If this account is just mostly negative and it just makes sense to remove the account, we're gonna go full removal. So you got to determine if we're gonna update it, we're gonna try goodwill, or we're gonna attack it all together. What's your process?
Um, I like the clean factual. We go for that for the different reports. I eat those up. So if it's
Mm-hmm.
reporting positive on two other bureaus and one bureau saying it was 30 days late, how?
Exactly.
That's
Yep.
impossible. I do not use personal goodwill letters. I have used them on my own personal credit because I did have 27 late payments on my Capital One, but it was my longest at that time, the longest, well, it is still my longest account or whatever. So I have done late payments. I still have late payments on there, but I had 27 originally and I went down to four.
Okay.
But I also contacted the CEO. I
Mm-hmm.
emailed them.
That's in here.
So I have the email list of names that you can email people and they will get back to you. They will respond because they want to keep your business. And my rule of thumb, if it's over six late payments, I'm deleting the whole account.
Okay, perfect. So look, so similar. So
Yeah.
again, both our techniques is basically the same. Like I said, she don't really touch goodwills because it's something. Again, sometimes people it don't work. And this is just what I've learned by looking at what works and what don't work. So let's talk about how payment history, how it actually affects your credit. So we all know, payment history is 35% of the credit score. So if they late, it stops like mortgage pending, mortgage approval, auto loans, interest rate, housing. We all know this, and they stay up to on the credit report up to 7 years, from the original late date. So that matters. Let me let somebody in real quick.
Okay, yeah, I'm not seeing them on my.
Let's see here. All right, so this is kind of my strategy. So again, before deciding on the strategy, I'm an investigator. I review the full, complete account picture, and this is what I look for. Is it reporting on all three credit bureaus? And I see we got some questions here, like is it open?
Yeah,
What happens? Um, is it open or is it closed? When was it open? How many lates are showing? How recent are the lates? Is the payment history
mhm,
mostly positive? Is the balance high, low, paid off? Is this one of their oldest accounts? Will it hurt? For one, will it hurt if I delete this? Because like that's the biggest thing. Like sometimes too,
yes,
if I don't attack it right then at that moment, I'm gonna tell them, me and Lakia, we told y'all, we make them get a credit builder. So if we don't
yes,
attack it right then because we know it's going to drop their score, I'll let them get a positive account, let them get a couple months
yes,
of history, and then attack it. So these are things you got to you're going to learn. If you don't know, you're going to learn the more accounts that you work on. And does the dispute make sense? So is this one of the oldest accounts? So these are all a list of things that I ask myself or have my disputing team when they look at a report to look at. Y'all can kind of take a picture of this page here if you want to, but we can
yes.
kind of get to it.
So when you can dispute it on when it's open. Do you,
Mm-hmm.
let me tell you this off top, do you risk closing that account down? Yes, you do if you dispute it a certain
Yeah.
way. If you
Mm-hmm.
are not just alone attacking only the late payments and making that a volatile, like bold, I make it bold that I'm only disputing late payments only. I'm not disputing the account, I'm disputing the late payments. Um, you can put that in bold. It can save you if they do try to close your account from disputing. And that age is very, very vital. If I delete that bad boy and that account comes off, and that's your like longest history, baby, it's gonna
The
plummet and
score
you're gonna
coming
be mad.
down. Yeah,
You're
you
gonna
and the
be, I've
client.
had people that be mad and
Mm-hmm.
you got 13 late payments, so you want me to get rid of this? And if you want me to get rid of this, this is what we're risking losing. And then
Yeah.
some people are like, well, you deleted and my credit score dropped. How that work?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I just deleted history. And I
History.
just told
Yeah.
y'all this on day one. History, that's why I
History
can't
is
wait to see
history. Yeah.
history. You
And
feel me?
if
Whether it's good, bad, or ugly,
mm-hmm.
it's history.
Yeah.
That's why I can't wait till we get the student loans
I'm
because
telling
people be like,
you.
oh, yes, I want that off. I want that off.
Mm-hmm.
You are deleting history, baby.
Yeah.
And this is
So
probably the best account you have that shows your
mm-hmm.
credit worthiness. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So these are
So
things to
it
look
will
at.
hurt. It will
Mm-hmm.
hurt.
So these are real examples. Of course, again, no proof of payment is necessarily required. That's their job to prove it. Listen, my favorite, what I always tell people, my clients, my mentees, to go prove it or remove it. That's it. Y'all make sure y'all look, prove it or remove it. If they can't prove it, it didn't happen. So the credit bureaus too, there are three different companies. So they report three different things. They get their data. So it's gonna be some inconsistency. That's why we got a job. So thankfully it
Mm-hmm.
is what it is. So when you do dispute with one, don't automatically think the other one is going to update it too. They're three different companies, so you have to dispute, with each one. But this is what I
Yes.
look at. Let's say experience says that the account was 30 days late. Same year, so we're going to use December 2025 as an example. Experience said it's 30 days late, and then TransUnion Equifax say that it's on time, paid on time. The account, like look here said, look, it can't be both late and current at the same time, same month.
Right.
So what you're gonna do, and this is what I do. A lot of people don't. Sometimes it just depends. So I
Mm-hmm.
just attach the other bureaus, the ones that's showing that it is on time. And I create my dispute letter around that, and I just dispute Experian. I'm not touching TransUnion or Equifax because it's okay. So why I'm not
Right.
sending it to them.
Right. There's no need to and then some people get it misconstrued, especially when doing CFPB. When you do it, when you add the company's name on there, that's where they're going to send the information to, type deal. It's kind of
Oh,
confusing a little bit, but um you don't have to dispute with the other two bureaus if it's only on one bureau. That's why she shows the screenshots. If you should
mm-hmm.
send them the screenshots of it, highlights it, They have
Yeah.
no choice but to update it to what is currently showing on the other report.
Mm-hmm. So that's
But be
what you on.
aggressive.
Yeah, I'm
Send
telling
it to
you.
their ass 6 to 10 times. 6 to 10 times. Don't ask me, should I wait another round here? Print it the
Hmm.
damn same letter 6 times. Send it.
And
'Cause
and then
that's
sometimes it
what
may
I'm
not
doing.
work the first time. It's like it's gonna be. Let's just think about it. You have to keep trying. Like somebody
Yes.
tell me like court two. Now if you have proof, that's where like the suing of creditors. That's like a step up. Like we definitely gonna get into that if people don't like not on this call because it's a lot. But if they're not investigating, if you have proof, you can sue. You can sue. But like for the most part, the kids, so like I said, if you have this account and you trying to get it updated, send multiple letters. Try it. Well, what's the worst that can happen? The best that can happen is it can come off. So definitely
Mhm.
try it. So goodwill. So again, this is my thing. Very, very few because everyone does not qualify for a goodwill letter. So these are things that I look for before determining if a client is eligible. So it only works when the credit report again tells a real story. The account now and then too like a past story. Y'all know COVID hit a lot of us very, very hard. So look for like if they saying like, okay, back then I lost my job due to COVID or whatever. Now I'm catching up. I'm trying to purchase a house. They can't still be behind on payments. Like it don't work like that. So it has to
Don't
make
worry.
sense. So
Don't worry.
basically, somebody
Yeah,
um
so make sure,
so
yeah, the
basically,
stuff that wasn't working in 2015 ain't working, and the stuff that was working in COVID ain't working now in
hmm
2026.
so do we only go after the last 2 year late payments? No. No, you can go how
No,
far. Yeah, you can go how far you want to with late payments. Now, people say go after the first 2 years because that has the biggest impact, but
yes.
you don't have to stop at the first 2 years.
No,
If it's down there, go back.
I just told your ass I had 27 late payments. That I've been good for 5 years now. I just told you I had 27 late payments.
Go
So
back.
no, you go after all of them, as many as you
Hmm.
want. I like I stated, I still have four, and those four are from previous years. Are they still affecting me? No, but I know if I deleted them, it could help
Make
boost
it
a
better.
little bit.
Yep.
I don't care if
Hmm.
it give me 3 points. It's a boost. A
Right.
boost is a boost is a boost.
A boost is a boost. So goodwills for me, this is a direct request to the creditor, not the credit bureau,
Yes.
the creditor. So
It's
again,
certain letters you send to the creditor and
hmm
some you send to the bureau, baby. I'm so glad you said that.
yeah, not don't send it to the credit bureau because they're gonna be looking at you crazy. So this is what I look for.
I
The
used to
account.
do that, y'all.
Me too. That's why it's funny because no one taught me this. I had to learn
No,
myself, and I'm just like, Lord, I just made the craziest mistake, but we do it. You learn, and hey, it is what it is. I was sending everything. Look, said 609 verified. It was crazy, y'all. So I came a long way with the dispute. That's why this is my favorite thing. But when I do look to see if a client in my program is eligible for a goodwill, the account that's in question, it has to be open, currently active and open. Like Lakia says, it's open. She had it for a long time. That's great. So at least 2 years old is what I look for. The last time they were late had to be at least 6 months ago. Mostly credit cards is where I do goodwills. Under 30% utilization. Not on just this one card, every last credit card they have. And everything else on their profile needs to be current. So as you see,
mhm.
this gonna wing out a lot of people. So I don't send this for everybody
Yes.
because I know it's not gonna work. If somebody is behind on other accounts, the other credit card maxed out, and you trying to tell them the letter, you trying to get a house, people gonna look at you crazy. They know you're lying. So I I use this when it's a real situation and the client is really trying. So again, don't even waste your time on the goodwill if the client's still behind on bills. It ain't gonna work. If they're at or near their credit limit, if the late payment happened within 3 to 5 months, if it's already closed, or they're just repeatedly late. Now again, her 20, she had years of history. So this is not gonna always be a black and white. Sometimes you may say, hey, they had this credit card for 10 years. Those last late payments were 5 years ago. Everything else called let me try. But for me, I usually don't send goodwills if it's more than two late payments for a goodwill. But hey, why not try it? But I
Yeah.
make sure everything on all these other conditions is met first. If it ain't met,
Yeah.
then I'm not wasting my letters, my nothing, none of that. So this is
Right.
an idea when it's gonna work.
Right.
I experienced a hardship. as we know, divorce, whatever, job loss, COVID, whatever, I recovered and I corrected all. So everything else is on time. Everything is good. They're managing bills now. And I'm now preparing for a goal, home ownership, another milestone, whatever. So this is just an example of like how goodwill would be. And you don't have to go into detail what medical hardship you was. They don't need all that. They just I was experiencing medical hardship that temporary impacting my ability to pay, and then tell them exactly when you were late, like whatever. That's the story. You don't have to be too much. And what Lakia said too, um, when it comes to not late payments, I hate that I had it in here, but I also send this goodwill to the creditor, but I also send an email to the CEO. So that's
Yeah.
also a great strategy as well for the people that did not know that. You can
Yes.
email the CEO directly.
Yes, you
I'm
can.
in the bathroom. What?
Um, let's see. I had a list um of like the where you can get the creditors. I gotta find that website that has all of the CEOs
I have
email
the
addresses.
list.
So
I
okay,
have it. Yeah, I'll
perfect.
drop it.
All right. So this is again full account removal. So the first thing I just talked about was like goodwill. This is what I look for to determine if we're gonna remove it altogether. Because again, everybody don't qualify for a goodwill. The first strategy, there's no errors on it. Okay. So pursue removal, for instance. If a client had an account 12 months and 8 of the months they was mostly late, remove it.
Yeah.
It don't make no sense to keep it. It's only 12 months. So it's best to go ahead and get that out of there. It's very, very little value. So more negative than positive. So that's always what I look for. It is going to make more sense to remove this account because it is hurting their credit the most. So if it's mostly
Yes.
late, you got to come out.
And then my favorite line is when people be like, I ain't even really got that much for you to do. And then they got 122 late payments.
Right. I
Get
guess
out
they
my
being
face.
slow in that.
Baby.
Like,
Yes.
yes.
And also for those who going through credit repair now you see why it takes a little bit of a process
Mm-hmm.
because we have to do these individual. And
Yep.
like this says 5-year loan with 58 positive months and 2 old late. That is an account that's worth disputing those 2 old late payments. It's
Yes.
not an account that I would get rid of. They
And
had
you
58 positive
mm-hmm.
months. That
It's
is
too late.
that's a strong payment history. So I would rather go in and delete those 2 old lates. If I can do it with a goodwill letter, okay, cool. But
Mm-hmm.
if I cannot, I'm about to hit their ass with them USC codes.
Yep. And if it don't work, leave it alone. Some stuff you're not gonna get off. And
You're
that's
not gonna get
okay.
it all.
Yeah, and it's okay. So leave it alone. And again, this is me. I'm removing everything because that's what they told me to do in the beginning. I ain't gonna lie, remove everything. But
Yes,
you have to
remove
be able to
everything.
really look at it and determine if it's best to leave it alone. So
Until I started shutting people accounts down and people was calling me, hey kid, did you dispute? I'm like, no, I don't remember.
I'm telling you, I was at it. So pursue removal if it makes sense. Leave it alone,
Yes.
or have a different method. One of the kids' methods. There's a different letter to try to go. It's different strategies, different ways. But know sometimes if you don't know what to do too, you don't. If you're just unclear, join one of our mentorships. But if not, leave it alone. If you don't know what to do,
Just leave it alone.
leave it
Yeah,
alone because you don't want that client calling you. You upset, and it will happen.
it
So
will.
bankruptcies rarely happen. Like I said, me too. I rarely get bankruptcies nowadays, but
Yeah,
it happens. And I have a few different strategies that I use for bankruptcies. Actually, right now for bankruptcy, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I partner with an attorney on bankruptcy, so I just send it to my attorney and they dispute them using Pacer. But before the attorney, this is my methods that I use for bankruptcy. So bankruptcy is a court process, not just like a bad account. It's filings, chapters, statuses. Um, and this kind of helps you determine because I didn't know nothing about bankruptcy. Well, I knew chapter 7, chapter 13, but I never knew what it was. Like again, I ain't know nothing about this stuff. So chapter 7 is basically liquidation, means all eligible debt is typically wiped out. So when you look at a credit report and it has chapter 7, there should not be a balance on those accounts. That's something that you can
correct.
use if it is.
Yeah,
Um, include again, all the accounts included in the bankruptcy should show that. It should show this account has been included in bankruptcy.
yes,
So that's kind of different. Chapter 13, a little different. This is a repayment plan. You got to pay the people all their stuff back. They
Yeah.
set it up on a 3 to 5 year plan. So the debt is repaid through a structured court plan. Some debts may be discharged at the end of it. The filing data and chapters must be accurate. And then again, everything that's included is going to show. So chapter 13 stays on the report 7 years, and chapter 7 up to 10 years. And it shows you the plan. So chapter 7 can be up to 10 years, zero balance at the end. And then chapter 13, whatever is left, their client is kind of forgiven for it. But the debt is usually paid through like a strict court plan. So
Yes. And to me, chapter sevens are easier to delete than
they
my
are.
chapter
Oh
13s.
yeah, I can tell you that now. Yeah, chapter 13 is a beast to definitely remove. This is why I sent this crazy to the attorney, baby, because let me
That
look.
makes sense. And
Yeah,
as y'all can see what the difference is, chapter seven is a complete, typically wipe out.
mm-hmm,
So if like she was saying, if the balances or something that's on there, that's why it's easy to get off. Hey, y'all not supposed to be
mm-hmm,
reporting this. This is a
yeah,
violation, da 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 da.
all that good
And
stuff.
the chapter 13, they're supposed to be in repayment. Don't
Mm-hmm.
file a 13 if you broke, bro. If
So you
you
don't.
broke and you ain't got it because you already filed in the chapter 13, don't try to. And some people be like, well, I filed 13, at least I paid them back. It still don't look good on your credit. Like
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a bankruptcy is a
that's the truth.
bankruptcy.
Like that's just the truth until you if you're gonna do something, do all that shit, put it on a seven and look for inaccuracies and then remove it
Mm-hmm.
off. And that's just me being completely honest and transparent.
Yeah. So it's a lot. So again, I didn't know none of this stuff. Like again, I just knew there was two. Well, these ain't the only two bankruptcies, but these are the most common. So
Right.
yeah, I just they was out
And
here doing stuff.
the steps on this is mad crazy. It's not just one letter. You have to send a letter to the courthouse, to Pacer,
Mm-hmm.
to
Oh
LexisNexis.
yes.
LCI reports bankruptcies from 2017 and up. And then LexisNexis holds bankruptcies from 2016 and under. So if
Mm-hmm.
you don't know these things, baby, like
It's a
you
lot.
gonna be everywhere. Then you have to ask the credit bureaus where they're getting this information from. Then
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna tell you where they got it from. Then you have to go back to them and send them
Yeah.
something that say this did. So it's not just one letter, baby. It's
Mm-hmm.
a lot. And that's why I charge $1,500 down, $147 a month. I don't have time.
Look, I don't blame you. Look, it's a lot.
It's a
When I
lot of
tell
work.
you, it's a lot of work. We are doing a lot of stuff with this. So these are some intake, like I would say intake question stuff. I think. So
Yeah.
was it discharged, dismissed, and still open? The open, I can't do that for you right now. But do you have your discharge paperwork or your dismissal order? Which accounts were included in the filings? Our balances status matching the court record? So it is a lot. It's a lot of thinking. So
It is.
discharge versus dismiss. Because I ain't gonna lie, I did not know what the difference was. I
I
don't know
didn't know what it was
that.
until maybe my third year, baby. I ain't gonna hold you.
Right.
So
I ain't gonna hold y'all. Like I'm not lying. So if you feel the same way, because I never experienced bankruptcy. So I in the early stages, I didn't know what the world these were. So discharge
you know,
is the court releases the consumer from personal
personal
liability.
liability. Yeah.
So zero balance, discharge, included debt flag, no post filing mark. So dismiss, the
It
case
is
was
no
closed.
longer collectible against the consumer,
Mm-hmm.
baby. They
That's the
cannot
difference.
collect. That is the
Yep.
big difference. The chapter seven is a complete wipeout. Seven.
Mm-hmm.
Just think about how the Lord took 7 days to make the word.
Now the only thing with
That
chapter 7, you can't keep
boom,
none.
get it out.
You cannot keep anything with chapter 7. That is the
Nope.
risk. So yeah, chapter 7, they want everything, but you can't keep that car, you can't keep that house. So some people, if you got a little money, go and get that chapter 13 and you can be at least you get to keep the stuff. But yeah, these are the difference between discharge and dismiss. And I didn't even
Yes.
know that. I just knew that it was on there. So what to verify on the bankruptcy file? The filing date,
Hmm.
the filing status, discharge / dismissal date, and you heard Lakia, it has to match with Pacer. How many of you guys heard of Pacer prior to this call? Or how many of y'all have? Matter of fact, put one if you heard of Pacer. Put two if this is the first time you heard about Pacer. All right.
Ones, twos. Hmm.
Okay, so a little bit of both. So perfect. So it's great y'all heard about Pacer. So that's where the bankruptcies are. The chapter, is that correct? Chapter 7, chapter 13, the case number, make sure it matches the documents. Accounts that are included, again, it has to show. post discharge date. It has to show zero on the balances. And late payments after filing do not appear. So it's work. It is definitely work. And this is why I'm telling
It
y'all,
is.
a letter ain't gonna fix this. A letter is not gonna
They
fix
don't.
it.
They don't fix it.
Strategy.
Now, what it might fix is if you file it and you need your licenses back. If
Okay.
you if you file a bankruptcy and you need your driver's license back, you can get it back that way.
Look, that's
If
new. Look.
and that's in Chicago. A lot of people file it to get their license back, to get that boot off their car, stuff like that. And I only know this because I know people who have done it. You file a bankruptcy, you take the papers into the DMV, they discharge all of those debts to the red light violations, da 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 da. They give you your
Mm.
license back. Mm-hmm.
Look, Alabama ain't like that. So I said, look, state. And these are some common
Alabama.
errors that I see on these again credit reports. You gotta just know how to read them. Wrong
Yeah.
filing date versus court records. You gotta pull their record. Wrong discharge. And this is why I don't even do this. I ain't gonna lie, I send it straight to the attorney. Cause they look for all of this stuff inside of Pacer. And with the attorney that I work with too, I can drop his name is Hashib. Well, I work with Lalisa, but I know she's not taking active people right now. But there's another attorney. I gotta go. He's in a credit repair cloud group. He was at Expo too, but he deals with the bankruptcies.
Oh, Hassan.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Yeah.
gonna see if I can find his Facebook tonight so I can drop it in the call for tomorrow. But he deals with the
Yeah.
bankruptcies. So my attorney just get them, and they go in the back end and they do the deletions and the lawsuits and all that good stuff. But this is things that you will look for if you're doing it yourself. Wrong filing date, wrong discharge dismissal date, whether it's listed as Chapter 7 into Chapter 13, or accounts not included. Is it showing open after it's been discharged? Is there a balance showing? Is there late payments reported after they file? Is there any collections attached to the debt? Is the same debt showing twice? Is it duplicate bankruptcies? Wrong status? So it's a lot. It's a lot you gotta look for. That's why I send it
How
all
many
I
people
know.
put a one in the chat if you knew that they can have duplicate accounts of the same account reported?
One if you
They're not
knew, two if you
supposed
knew.
they're not supposed to,
Mm-hmm. But they do.
but they do.
Yep.
Like
This is
they will put a Sprint account on there and put it one time on Equifax, one time on Experian, one time on there, and then put it all together on all three of them together. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
they're not supposed to do that.
I think Brittany, are you talking about bankruptcy? Have I seen a bankruptcy? I haven't. I don't think I have ever seen a bankruptcy says federal. I think I just see state, like the state of
State.
Alabama or the county, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember, but I don't think I've seen federal though.
Me neither.
But this is one of my methods. So I contact the bankruptcy court directly. So many
Hmm.
courts they will confirm in writing they do not verify bankruptcy information to the bureaus, and that's true. They don't, y'all. That's why you need to know where else they at because the credit bureaus they are reporting agencies. They literally just report information that is given to them, and what they know is behind go find on public record. So that's how they get this information. They do not get it directly from the court. And I know we talked about like credit freezes and stuff last time. This is a case where we do freeze the report and it's not because it makes the information impossible to be verified or validated, but it makes it a little hard. I ain't
Makes it a
making the
little bit
job
harder.
easy.
Yes.
I ain't making it easy. So if I see
Yeah.
someone has bankruptcy, I know my method and what we're gonna take. I will freeze the report, but it's not a everybody type of situation. Just
Not everybody know.
cases like this. But this is what I include to my letter to the court. So of course, a clean professional written request to identify the case, self-addressed stamp envelope with a return receipt. If you do not attach a return receipt, whatever, you ain't gonna get nothing back. I haven't. They
What
don't.
we mean by that is put a stamped envelope in there
Mm-hmm.
with your address on it. Like you're
Yep.
sending yourself a letter. If that is not in there, they are not responding, baby. They don't want to pay for an envelope. They don't want to pay for a
Yes.
stamp. They are not responsible for what
None
you
of
got
that.
going on. If you want it done, you have to say Lakia Allen at
Mm-hmm.
123 Sesame Street,
You gotta be
whatever
ready.
street. You have to put it back to yourself. That's the only
Mm-hmm.
way it's and then guess what? As credit repair specialists, we gotta wait on you to get the letter when you check your mail to give it to us to take a picture to send to the credit bureaus. And some people don't check their mail for 3 months while they're in the credit
They
review
don't.
process.
That's why I started doing power of attorney as well. That was another thing. So
Yeah,
because I do power of attorney, the mail comes directly to me. it comes to
That's
my
what's up.
virtual address because I ain't got time. And with the virtual address I have, they upload like copies. I don't know if y'all have like the post office thing. I
Hmm.
gave to my mentees, but it take a picture of the mail. So I
Yeah,
be knowing what's coming in. So I have POA. They don't even get the mail. The mail comes directly to me, and we'll upload it for them to get. But so yeah, I don't even wait on clients. But for people that's not doing POAs and stuff like that, and they wait on their clients to get mail, please have them to check because they be 3 months gone. They upload some stuff like, baby, we done moved on. Certified
for
mail.
sure.
It is certified, so I do certify this, of course, with return receipt, track delivery. We ask for the case number, the filing, the chapter type, and of course, consumer authorization, which is the POA that we're disputing on their behalf and stuff. And again, this is just basic letters. I mean, it don't have to be too much. I just need them to say we don't verify with the bureaus. It's kind of what I'm looking for in that case. So
Right.
I know Lakia has some other methods too, because again, it's so many methods. So what are some of your methods for bankruptcies?
It is. Sometimes I'm able to change the address or whatever on there. I do send a letter into Pacer. I do send a letter into LexisNexis. And I will send a letter to LexisNexis like 10 times. So like I said, I'm an aggressive disputer. I had
Okay.
took one of Shonda Martin's class, and she used to have Bombard Day. And that's how I learned to make a whole bunch of letters and just send them out. We would all drop our letters at the same time, and it would just overflood this is what we were told. It would overflood the credit bureaus because all of us are dropping 50 to 100 letters a day from different parts of the world. So, but
Okay.
it was fun, and I kept that method, and I still do that method when I'm doing bankruptcies. I don't use the power of attorney, and I've been very successful removing
Hmm.
removing bankruptcies or whatnot. So not one way, it's multiple ways that work. It's just about the way that you want to go about it. So she does the
Hmm.
power of attorney thing. I don't.
Yeah, and the power of attorney too, it is not to get the deletions. I want to let y'all know it's not for that. It's simply so that I don't get stall letters. I
Correct.
don't get any hiccup that's saying like we know that you're not a client because they don't have to respond to you as a credit repair person. So that just stops that. But it don't make my results better because I got a POA. It's just saying that they can't say we can't talk to you because yes, you can. The client and the power of attorneys are notarized too. They are notarized and not just a piece of mail. So it just kind of makes my dispute stronger, but it don't hold no
And
weight as far as deletions.
I use the curse out method. This is me, motherfucker. It's not them. You know what I'm saying? I read this in a book and I seen it online that I could delete this shit. I am not no, yeah, so that's my method. I do the getaway.
Look, I
And it
love it.
works.
Let's see, different methods, same strategy, same results. So that's why we want. That's why we want to do it. To kind of show y'all different ways. So
Yeah.
repossessions. This is another way. Repossessions.
Mm.
So today again, these are like different things. These are like different outside. These are things that can't go in just like a different flow. These are I forgot what I called them, but advanced accounts basically. So repossession. So repossession is not just a late vehicle loan. I mean, yeah, the car repossessed, but the balance, the sale proceeds, there's notices, everything got lined up. Ain't nobody
Baby,
tell me
it's
this.
a lot.
This
Once
is
if
what
they
it.
sell a car, we need to know if they had gap insurance or if
Yes,
if they totaled the car out.
all that.
If they sold it, how much was it sold for? What's the difference? Does that
Hmm.
change? What state it is?
It's a lot, y'all.
It's a lot to repossessions. It's
It
not.
is.
I'm not
It's not
saying
a
that it
letter.
can't be easy, but sometimes it can. I have deleted somebody's repossession on Innovis and then it cleared off of Equifax or Experian the next day. You know what
And
I'm
I'm
saying?
great with
So
repossessions. Like I said, because I have a strategy. So again, it's not a
yeah,
letter, it's a strategy. So first thing you gotta know, is it voluntary? Did they surrender the
yeah,
vehicle themselves? Did
yeah.
is it still of course it's gonna still damage their credit. We already know that. Voluntary it's still gonna hit their credit. Um you may be able to they're gonna be able to collect the like I said, the remaining balance. And I'll kind of talk about it. I have it on the slide here. Involuntary. So basically the lender want their car back. This gonna often trigger a deficiency in the balance because they're gonna most likely sell the car. And
Mhm.
so this is kind of the repossession basics here. So critical warning about repossessions because I was disputing again everything, y'all, and those people would hit them lawsuits. I don't know if y'all ever disputed repossession with credit acceptance and your
Yeah,
client got sued because they are so crazy. I
they will sue you.
absolutely don't like credit acceptance at all. So repossessions do require caution. The wrong letter can turn to quiet because y'all know some of these stuff be quiet. We wake them up, the client don't be bothered until they get a dispute. So I really tread lightly with repossessions because these are usually larger balance. And I know for a fact credit acceptance is gonna sue. They will sue the co-signer and they're gonna sue whoever.
They
So
they come they coming for their money.
mm-hmm,
They want the car, they want the money, they want everything. They want it all. They not playing.
yes. So I don't be aggressive with these letters. Again, I have aggressive techniques. I have greater like I have intensive. So I have a lot of stuff. But this is um with the secondary. So my dispute. Are you talking about? No, I with the secondaries. I do not. I think Lakia do. But I stop at the three credit bureaus, even though I know like if you have a client, Brittany, if you have a question on like how to dispute with this, I can help with that, but I don't upsell it. I personally don't dispute with
Yeah.
with the secondary ones. But I can definitely help you
And
on it, but I don't have no
to
course.
me, I go off how it's reporting. Um, sometimes I get it off Equifax quicker than anything.
Yeah, me
Equifax is
too.
very easy for me. TransUnion, it'd be like a little tussle at first, then it comes off. Experian is the one that kind of holds on to everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I go about it a certain way if they're holding it. If I know it's only on Experian, then I would just go to Innovis, see if it's on there. And it's not a guarantee that it's going to be on Innovis at all.
Okay, so you dispute these with the credit bureaus, the
Yes,
repossession, and I
yes,
dispute it directly with the creditor. Y'all see
yeah,
that? See. So same method, same goal in mind to get it deleted. We just have
yeah,
different methods. So I go
yeah.
directly to the creditor. I ain't gonna even
Yes.
hold you. I go
If
straight
it's
to the
certain
creditor.
parts of it, I do. It just depends on which bureau it's reporting on. That's when I take
Okay,
it to the creditor, or I'll go to Innovis and see if it's reporting on Innovis. If I can get it off of Innovis, it'll come off Experian.
okay, gotcha. So put that in the chat, the website that you looked and see where it is. Innovis is where
That's
she
one of those
looks.
bureaus I gave them earlier.
Okay,
Innovis, Innovis is something I gave you guys earlier. They were doing a 24-hour delete method on here. Sometimes it would happen. I've had a deletion as quick as 13 minutes. So
okay,
Innovis,
with Innovis.
yes, and that's on some accounts, not all,
Mm-hmm.
not all.
Perfect.
And
So,
and Innovis is only online disputing. Can you mail in something? Yes, but they make you make a portal and you can dispute right there on the spot. And then there's rules to disputing online too, baby. It's oh
hmm
Jesus,
do
this
you
stuff will
have
make
your
your head
clients?
hurt.
I'm telling you, do that. Why I said, baby, we need more than a one day workshop. Let's gonna make it three. But with Innovis, do you have your clients to create the logins, or you do it for them?
Yes.
Okay.
I have the client do it because I would rather for them to be involved so they can see. That's why I like the classes, like what we're doing now, so people can know what we're doing and how the process is. Not that it's an overnight thing. You know what I'm saying? You got
Hmm.
to create this portal, do the login, and you can see. And then once they give me the login information, sometimes I've had people change the password right away. Like, dude, I'm
Right.
not trying to do nothing to
Right.
you. I'm trying to help you. But they will change the password and then have to get it reset so I can go in and see what the dispute results was. Or sometimes it'll happen within a few minutes while I'm on there and I'll get an update. So Innovis
Okay.
does work for certain accounts, not all, but certain ones. Yes.
Perfect. So y'all got that. So Innovis. So with you said it's where it works a lot better with Experian or
Yeah.
Equifax.
Yes, I teach on all of this, babe. Me
Okay.
and Sunday, we teach on all of
Mm-hmm.
this. Brittany had asked, "What kid do you teach on it?" Yes.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. So
Baby,
with
yes, mom. Secure the bag, don't be playing, baby. Go in there. They got some deletions.
mm-hmm. So with repossessions, again, I go with the creditor. I go directly to the creditor. I proceed with caution because I know it's going to wake them up. So I don't want to start like just demanding and just going crazy and just because I know the law. Like that's one thing you have to learn the state because every state has different repossession laws.
Oh, you especially Sunday, yeah, they do. They do.
Yes.
People be Alabama has different laws with Illinois. Illinois have different
Mm-hmm.
laws than Mississippi. It is different laws, and you can use those laws to your advantage for that,
Exactly.
for where the repossession is. Baby,
Mm-hmm.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
See?
look, we know our stuff, y'all. Y'all can see, look. But the repossession letter, professional tone, at least right now. I'm gonna start out professional. Factual in its content, specific in like what you're looking for. And then of course, like again, if you have attorneys that can look at it, that's fine too. But create paper trail. Don't create confusion. I don't start going off crazy. Now, this is some documentation. So This documentation should exist with every repossession. If they cannot document it, basically they can't prove that they follow all of these, it's coming off. It's coming off. So a repossession on dispute. So I don't know if y'all can see was on here, but this is kind of what I have in my letter. I have a few repossession letters. So if you're already in the mentorship, you should already have the repossession letters. But this is what I asked for: the original contract and all its amendments, complete payment history from the origination to the repo date, the formal notice of default that was sent to the borrower, the right to cure notice if it's required by the state, the notice of intent to repossess or take the vehicle, the auction and sale notice plus the sale date, auction record showing what the vehicle actually sold for, an itemized bill breakdown for every charge added, because they be trying to add some stuff on there.
Yes, they do.
Deficiency calculation showing how the balance was determined and proof that all notices were sent and received when applicable. How many creditors do y'all think gonna really have all these? They better have
One.
it.
One.
Yes, they be now credit accepted, they be on it. But get what? I'm still gonna find a loophole in it. I'm gonna like it's like I don't like to say loophole because I don't want to think I'm doing it tricky. I'm using the laws. That's it. I'm using the laws. So you're asking for all of this. You even
And
if
if
you
you
leave,
don't know what to say, this is your magic moment
yes,
to use Claude or Chat
I was just
GPT.
gonna say that.
Take a
Yes,
screenshot and tell it to create you a letter.
yep,
And
for your
she gave
state.
you she just gave you everything you need to remove a repo right here in this one screen. And people
Yep.
be so delusional. Take a
Mm-hmm.
screenshot of this, upload it to Claude, tell it to make you a repossession with your case number and everything,
Yep.
asking these exact questions.
That's
Boom.
it.
There you go. There go y'all letter right there for
And they
tonight.
call it a
You want a repo
UCC.
letter?
UCC. I don't
Yes.
that some commercial something. I be learning these abbreviations, but these are things again that you're not gonna learn in another dispute court. They gonna what me and Lakia teach y'all. They gonna pay y'all. You gonna have to pay. You gonna have to pay thousands for this. Like this is stuff that I had to learn through just dispute strategy.
Mom.
Mm-hmm. But anyway,
Mom.
after this, after we request this, you're gonna get a whole bunch of paperwork. I promise you. You're gonna get a whole bunch
I'm
of
talking about
stuff.
documents,
40 to 50 pages long. Who's reading all that? Not me. What I do,
pages.
what I do, upload again. AI at this point is your best friend. Now, back in the day before AI, yes, I was scanning through it, trying to see
See,
if I
I wasn't, we was doing this manually. This was
yes,
manually by me. I'm so
not gonna
thankful
hold.
for
Yes,
Claude. I
I
love
love
him.
Clyde and ChatGPT. I call her chat. Look, chat teacher, like my friend.
You feel
So
me?
once I get the response back, one of my mentees on here as well. We actually used the technique. We end up having her clients had a repossession, and what we did, we ported the letter in ChatGPT, and we basically told ChatGPT, this is the letter that we uploaded. This is what they sent back. What is missing? And they told us what was missing was like the auction date or something. So our response to them was, we received it, but this is what you were missing. Please delete this account, and it came off within like 14 days. So that's what I do. Like once I get the response back, because they're gonna respond, um, something gonna be missing. You either not gonna have the original contract, like something is gonna be missing. So it's your job to find what's missing. But if something's not missing, or I'm gonna tell y'all like some of the things that I find missing. And Lakia talked about this. The balance.
Yeah.
When they sell that vehicle, there's a balance. So let's say they sold a vehicle for 10,000. Um, it was 20,000 originally, so they sold it for 10. The client still owe that 10. They don't know why you think because the car sold, they don't owe it no more. No, they
Right.
still owe that $20,000. This is where kind of again looking at like everything they sent, the client have gap insurance. Like it's so much more to it. And I saved the client because they didn't know they had gap insurance. They had to do some work, but Gap actually ended up paying the vehicle off, and we got the account removed altogether. But for the people that don't have gap
Yes.
insurance,
You
this
got to
is
get that gap. Got to add it on into your bill,
got
baby.
to
Got
go
to
ahead
get
and add it. Anything
just
might
roll it
happen.
on over there. It will save you.
Mm-hmm. So what happened? They said they were left with a $10,000 balance after the things were sold. Most of the time, or some of the time, I won't say most, because someone they will update it. A lot of times they don't update that balance. It still
At
show that
all.
20,000.
Yes, they
That's an
do. They
error.
want to make it look like you owe 20,000.
Mm-hmm.
You defaulted on 20,000. They didn't recoup no money.
Yeah.
And then this is where the 1099-C coming in with the cancellation
Mm-hmm.
of debt because they wrote it off as a profit for loss, baby. It'd be right on the
Yes.
report.
All this stuff. So again, just learn this stuff. So ChatGPT gonna help you go move through it as well. But like, yeah, look for this. The balance should be 10,000, not 20,000. So what you would do then, of course, is go back and you can go to the credit bureaus at this point if you want. So you have what you need now. So you can go
Yes.
back to the credit bureau, let them know that the balance is incorrect. So you attach your proof, wherever your document, attach all 50 pages, just the point that's pointing out that the deficiency in the balance and ask them to remove the account due to the balance being incorrect. So disputing like it's easy but the difficult
Yes.
at the same
And then
time.
that's what Stephanie was saying. Illinois UCC repo law is so confusing. Don't try to understand it at this point, especially with us having Claude, ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
Just drop it in there and have it come up with Illinois UCC repo laws. And let me give y'all this little gem, especially if you're a credit repair specialist. This is a complete gem for y'all right here. Add case laws to the prompts. Ask Claude to look up case laws
Oh,
that reference to the type of the repo or whatnot. Say somebody have a like a coincidence repo or whatever. It's like the same. Look for case laws that won these repos already, and it will come up.
that's good. Look.
Yes, that is a gem. That
Mm-hmm.
is a serious gem.
So yeah, look, I'm telling you, you don't have to look at it. Like I literally, if I'm not scanning through those 50 pages, I just put it into, and it's gonna be 50 for real. It's sometimes like 20 pages, but I do scan it in, and I do ask, like ChatGPT, hey, this is the letter I sent to the credit bureaus. This
Yeah.
is what they responded to me. Can you tell me? And also too, you can attach a picture of just the repossession on the credit
Yes.
report. What is wrong? It's gonna tell
What is
you.
wrong? Can you point out where what I was missing? Can you
Yep.
point out the inaccuracies? Can you point out the lump sum that they would owe me for
Mm-hmm.
reporting this on my consumer report? Show
Yep.
me exactly how I can get this as a guaranteed removal. That is a prompt. That is a gem.
Mm-hmm. Though I said we can
And
talk
I
about
don't.
prompts tomorrow. I
And
can't
I'm not
wait.
goddamn repeating it. I'm not repeating it.
But yes. Um. So yeah. Somebody said, "Do you
I,
add the case law info
I
to the
just told
letter?"
you to. I just told you to. Why would I just explain all this shit and then say, don't, nah, don't get me started.
So yeah, when I tell y'all, it's so much, but I love it. I
It's
love
a
it.
lot,
Now,
but that's why we nerds with it. Like I'm a nerd with it. She said it froze, so I didn't hear it. Shut up.
but yes, I'm a nerd to it too. Like I love
Yeah.
disputing. I love disputing. I did outsourcing there and everything. I love disputing. But this
Yes,
is what I really love right here, y'all. Student loans. Like I'm smiling. I don't know why I'm smiling. I love student loans. So
I
the
do
student loan
too.
itself. So okay. So for one, how many of y'all, well, I wouldn't even say this, but it's two different type of loans. There's federal and there's private. So the first thing you gotta be able to understand that too. Different products, different rules. So I look at, is it federal? Is it private? Is it current? Is it delinquent? Is it in default? Is it in deferment? Is it forbearance, consolidated? So I'm an investigator. I have to look at the whole account itself. Is it active? Is it rehabilitated? Is it open? Is it closed? So federal loans, these are some federal loans, in case you guys don't know, different options that they have federal loans. Um, Private loans are often treated like regular consumer debt, 7 years if this removed. You cannot do rehab or income driven repayment plan for private loans, just federal loans. So they are different. And again, every student loan does not need to be disputed. I had to put this in capital letter for y'all. So
Correct.
when to not touch student loans, because I've been there. Positive student loans are an asset. Don't have the
Huge.
clients telling you what they want disputed, what they want removed, because that happened to me. They telling me, I want this to come off, and me not knowing that the history, I'm erasing everything. If the loan is helping them, do not touch it. If it's open and actually reporting positive history. So, example. So, one thing about federal loans, they do not leave the report until it's paid off, or even then they stay there. So, I had this client, for instance, they had a student loan, 2007. It was still there, all on time payment history because of the plans they were on. If you remove history from 2007 and it's 2026, they score
Baby.
dropping. out the
Immediately.
gate.
Don't ask me what happened.
Please don't, because it's gonna drop. So
And then Sunday just said a gem for y'all, and she just said if they were paid off. So remember that if they were paid off.
So the client, look, because people say, "Hey, I'm trying to get this house. These student loans stopping me. I need them to come off." It's not this simple. For one, the student loans gonna pop up anyway, doing underwriting, so you can't hide that.
You can
So
earn.
it's gonna drop your score. It's gonna drop the client score. So you have to be able to know when to educate and say, "Hey, I understand. It's causing your debt to income ratio to be high. What I recommend here is for you to pay more than the $25 payment. You need to pay 50, 100 to help get that loan down, but." Disputing it is going to tank your score. So you're still not going to be able to get approved for the house. So leave it alone. Currently, again, no lates, old enough. Yeah. So it's the longest account that they've had. So if they're
Right.
maintaining that good healthy mix, leave it alone because
Leave
you
it
are at
alone.
risk of creating a huge problem that I've seen happen in real time. And all it took me one time to get cussed out, and that was it. So I learned I had to really take a student loan course at this time for Bruce Palatino went early stage, like 2018 when Bruce was doing
Wait a minute.
student loans and stuff. But he showed me how to assist with getting client student loans together. Um, so yeah, once you damage, it's hard to reverse. It's hard to come back from that. And now they want a history back. So do not dispute just to dispute because that was what I learned. You
Right.
also want to fix the loan. And this is another class when I'm working on my mentees. I've been saying it for years, but I promise y'all I'm coming on with my student loan course too to show y'all how to help because I do offer assistance. Ain't that free? It's an upsell, but the clients want us to help them get their student loans in order. We do. Because if the student loan is behind in default, all this stuff, and we can get it removed, if it reports negative again, it's coming back. So
Yeah.
fix the issue. Don't just remove the student loan. So federal delinquency, federal versus default. So it's a difference between somebody missing a payment. And
Yes, it
student
is.
loans don't report until 90 days late for the people that don't
Correct.
know. 90 days late. So you not seeing 30 days and 60 days, that's not an error. I've seen that so much in these groups.
Mhm.
I just close my phone because that's not true. They don't report 30 and 60 days. That's just they don't. Just like hospital bills and medical bills, they don't report until 6 months. It don't make it an error. It's just that's how they report. Now
Yeah.
default. If they haven't made a payment for 207 days, it goes into default. And if you don't know what default triggers, for one, default makes it a collection at that point because they sell it to a collection agency, but their tax returns are taken. I've seen it. Wait
Yeah.
for our
They will.
garnish.
They take them. They took mine when I was younger. I didn't know what was going on. I filed my taxes. I'm like, oh, I'm about to get $1,000. Couldn't tell me nothing. I got
Take
$300.
it. They add on collection fees and it
Yeah.
impacts the credit major, y'all. So if I am going to dispute a student loan, that is what I look for. It has to be in default for me to touch a student loan because the default is just another collection. That's it. So 270 days or 180 days or more, they didn't sold it for sure. So they didn't sold it to a collection agency. So this what I do. Again, it's a lot that comes with this. So I identify if it's private or federal. I check the status. And again, I'm looking for defaulted. If positive, I'm gonna leave it alone. If current, I'm gonna leave it alone. If it's delinquent or defaulted, we're gonna fix the problem first. And again, they have to pay me $500, but I will actually get on the phone, not me, but I get on the phone, we'll discuss, we'll create a whole plan, we'll get them in rehabilitation, consolidate. So we look at it and determine what's the best thing to get it in good standing. So we'll work on that. And then I'm gonna go then so again, if it's defaulted, I'll explore rehabilitation or consolidation or even both. Get the client to a repayment plan. So once it's in good standing, then that's when we dispute the account once they have that positive history there. Because if you remove it, well, if it's negative at this point, that's cool. Because 270 days of payments, it needs to be gone. It definitely needs to be
Yeah.
gone. So we fixed it up. That's mostly what it is. Now for you, Lakia, what's your method for student loans? And I treat student loans like any other collection. I haven't had any issues. They usually come off within like round three
Yeah.
or
So
sooner.
this is where I would take all the student loans and put it on my top round kill letter. It works like a charm. But I only do it for all the student loans and then consolidate.
Okay.
Once I do help, I do
Mm-hmm.
have that price at 699. but I also go off the amount of debt that they need consolidated.
I need to start
So
doing
girl, yeah.
that.
So if it's a lot, if it's like, because I've had couples, I just seen somebody say they had couples, and their student loan debt was high. So once it's
Mm,
over like 25,000, then yes, my fee is $1,000 or $1,500 to get you back into a repayment plan. So and then this will be expedited. I do it at an
mm-hmm.
expedited service, and this will probably guarantee almost your credit score to jump up anywhere from
It
80 to
is.
100 points.
Yes.
Yeah,
Getting it in good standing, their score
yes,
is for sure going to go up. So the
it's
key
gonna
thing
go
to
up.
this,
And
yeah,
it's gonna plummet first. It's gonna go down during this process, and
mm-hmm.
then boom, you're gonna get a spike out of nowhere, and it's gonna
Yeah.
be a crazy spike.
And some things that are just popping up in my head as I'm talking. So rehabilitation can only be done one time.
Yes,
Forever. So rehabilitation is basically where they are set up on like a 10-month plan, or they have to make 9 payments within 10 months. And it's like small payments, 10, $25, whatever, just to get them back in good standing. And what the collection company does is they send the loans back to whoever was servicing originally. So that's all rehabilitation is, and they can only
yeah,
do it one time. One
yeah.
time. But it creates that positive account. Consolidating, you're basically just adding all of their loans into one
One,
interest rate, one payment, all
yeah,
that good stuff. And then you will then place them on a rehabilitation plan based on their income, their household size. That's where they qualify for repayment plan. So
yes,
it's a
correct.
lot. It's a
It
lot.
is.
One of you knew all this, two of you
Who knew all of this?
didn't.
Yeah, it's a lot to it. So
It is a lot.
credit repair is a lot, y'all. It ain't an overnight process. It's about just taking chances sometimes, and just doing it to see what works and see what don't work. I swear, like if
So
there's
like
no magic trick.
yeah, it's a lot. That's why we keep telling y'all it's literally no magic course. Okay, so for one, Stephanie said one for my disputing course, but how to implement it. So no, so it's a lot with implementation. So like you really, I say for me too, when it comes to implementing, you got to just deal with it and kind of know how to do it. Like there's a lot of information, so it's a lot, but I teach it, but every case is different, so it's hard for
Every
me to
case
kind
is
of,
different. No, no,
yeah.
it's not a one thing. Like, because I did have to consolidate my loans when I closed on this house. And consolidated, my score
hmm
dropped, then it went back up. But it made my loans look like, instead of I had 14, it made it look like one. It's still the
hmm
amount of money that I owed them individually, but it did not make it look like I had 14 open active loans and I was
Yep.
paying on each of those. They rolled it over into one to make me look like I was paying one payment, and that payment was like $108.
Yeah, and it helped that debt to income ratio, because again, one interest rate now, not all these different interest rates. So it helps a lot. Again, this came from 10 years in the game.
Yes.
I did not learn this that first year, probably not the second, probably
No.
third, fourth. It takes a lot to learn this stuff. That's why I tell people you
And
don't
as y'all
have
can
to.
see, it's so much information that we are not even elaborating on.
Hmm
This is just within an hour of us talking
Yeah,
about it. And this ain't even all of the information you need on the student loans.
right.
Taxes is involved in this. Like, this is how
hmm
deep it goes.
It
You know what I'm
definitely
saying?
goes
So,
deep. So yeah, Brittany, you
yep.
can definitely add it on as an additional service and get some more money, because I'm not fixing this for free. Five
Yeah.
hundred dollars
Yes.
to the kids sell to 1,500. So you can earn some additional money with this. You got to learn it
Yes,
though,
you
because you
can.
got to be the one that's calling, doing the paperwork and checking in, and so it's definitely a
Yeah.
lot. So you got to make sure you have the time for sure to help with their student loans. But I have an intake form, and I'm working on a training class. I literally been saying it for these 2 years now, but I am going to do a training class because I know it's needed.
Yes.
It's
It's
really
needed.
needed.
It's needed. But baby, yeah. So I teach it as well in my
hmm So y'all better
courses.
go and connect. So hard inquiries. Now hard inquiries, I'm gonna let Lakia teach this. I'm gonna tell y'all why. I personally don't necessarily touch hard inquiries, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you cases where I do. I won't say I don't, but hard inquiries is such a small thing to me. Like it's 10%. Like the client credit, I have never seen a client score that's just credit score that's just bad because of inquiries. Now, if it's fraudulent, yes, I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna get it removed. But if they did it, it's over 6 months. Like I got other stuff I got to focus on. Again, maybe these student loans, bankruptcy, these root. What's the real root cause to the problem? So inquiries don't even affect the score after 12 months. So I'm just not. I'm just not touching it truthfully. So,
Yeah, so when my clients, on the other hand, they get I have clients that have an abundance of inquiries. My highest inquiries was like 256.
oh wow,
Um,
I've never
yeah,
seen like look crazy.
baby, I was like, damn, how many times they gotta tell you no? Like you need it in different languages.
Right.
So, so hard inquiries I do mess with, but only if they are not like attached to an account. If I
Mm-hmm.
touch this inquiry, while it's open, it's going to close that account. You're
Yep.
gonna be mad at me. I'm gonna be mad at you, and that's just gonna be what it is. So I try
Mm-hmm.
not to touch anyone's on any open accounts. Now, if you did not do this, I am
Good
coming in with
luck
an FTC report,
for
and
sure.
I mainly do that for TransUnion or whatever the case may be. TransUnion, the only one that kind of give me a hard time. Equifax, I use my top round third kill. They come off like water, and then what is it called? Experience. Sometimes I use the backdoor method, where the client makes an Experian account. You go look at all of their hard inquiries or whatever, but it also lets you know where you also were looking for credit at too.
Mm-hmm.
They have all of those clarity services, that one of those 8 bureaus I was on there. Maybe they got all of those little soft inquiries where you think you're not doing nothing while you sneaking on Credit Karma, baby. It will tell on you for me. So when I see that, like, girl, you did 27 inquiries. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. It said
Mm-hmm.
no pull. Right. And I'm looking at the date of 127, 127, 127, 127, 1 that they just pulled your credit 17 times. So
Yeah.
clarity services is where you would have to find these at, and that's inside the Experience. So hard inquiries I don't touch unless, and I can give you a gem. If you call and you get that a card open that day, you can get that inquiry deleted that same day after they open the card before it hits your credit report. That's the only way you're getting rid of a hard inquiry and say you didn't do it.
Okay, look, new gem. See, me again, so
Yeah.
different strategies. You know what I'm saying? So like, so can you reshare the bureaus? You had to scroll up in this chat. It's so many of them. It's like
I swear to
that.
God, my name A.
But yes, so
Uh,
inquiries for me is only 10%. So I just totally don't focus. Now again, if it's not the client, if it's something related like that, but if they did, and it's been 8 months ago, in a couple of months, it's not going to be factored into the score. So I just don't waste my time personally with it. So, 10%, it matters depending on what it is. So this is what damaging your score, baby. These late payments, these collections, charge off, high balances, we gonna fix this. Now again, if you
yeah,
got some fraud or something, I'm all with you. But that's it. So these are valid grounds to dispute increase because I know a lot of stuff goes on. A lot of people say stuff, but I am a legal disputer. So I only dispute what's unauthorized. Again, too, like Lakia said, they apply, and if it's one day, it is not showing yet. Let's go ahead and try to get it removed. So no permissible. So again, no legal reason to pull. No legal reason at all to pull. So, of course, we know that. Fraud, we know that. Identity theft and unauthorized. So these are the only time where I would personally dispute a hard inquiry for my
yeah.
clients.
Yes, it makes sense because as soon as you try to do it while it's open, it just makes it makes a
They
world of
closing the
trouble.
account. Yeah.
Yeah, they closing the account, nothing to talk about. Nothing to talk
hmm
about. Even if you say you mistakenly added it, they don't care. That's how they coming.
And we talked about medical bills a little bit yesterday. I kind of breezed through it, but medical collections, I mean, I just go straight to the creditor with medical collections. I have a medical validation letter that works really, really good. If that don't work, because again, nothing is guaranteed, even the letters, I just go back and do round one and follow the process. But
Yeah,
medical collection easy.
BJ said I got my hubby 59K card closed removed off of the inquiry. And she put
Ooh,
they put the wrong one on there and it closed a $59,000 account.
yeah. Look, I know he was mad.
Oh we.
So the last one we have here is for tenant screening and eviction.
Oh
This
baby.
is this is one again. They ain't teaching it. So tenant screening is not the same as a standard credit report. The distinct change is what you dispute, where you dispute it, and what documentation matters. So what shows on credit report? The main three that we're looking at: rental debt, not the eviction case. So if they left a balance, they had some damages to them people property, or they left and they left a balance, something like that, they broke their lease, that is sent to collection, and that is going to be there. If you see it on a credit report, you're not seeing the eviction, you're seeing a collection that was left. What does not show? The court file stays go somewhere else. Eviction filing, court records and case number, hearings about what the outcome was. That is going to be on a live tenant screening report, not standard file. So these are the differences. So people always wondering like why evictions don't show.
And then I'm about to give y'all the name of them. Right
Mm-hmm.
now, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 places again
I
that I'm
got a few
gonna.
of them up here. Can you see it where it says come and screening company?
Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, I got some of those.
Mm-hmm. Name
Yeah.
some other ones too. So this is where you go.
She got the TransUnion, Smart Move, Experian, Rent Bureau, First Advantage, Real Page, and Build Dunham.
Okay. So hope y'all take a screenshot because this is what these screens gonna be again.
Yes.
I don't dib and dab here, but I know my stuff. That's the thing I don't upcharge it, but people that want to upcharge, you can. You definitely can.
Yeah.
You can upcharge and do all that. I am just a 3 bureau person and I see I'm missing out on money, so I may add it to my service.
Yeah, it is an additional service or whatever the case may
Mm-hmm.
be, but sometimes I do it and sometimes I don't. If I can just get it off the credit reports, yeah. If they come to me and they want it done, I do upcharge for it because as you
You
can
gotta
see now,
find it.
I have to pull
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Mm-hmm.
8
You have to
bureaus.
find where it is. That's
You
that's
have
the
to
key
find
thing.
which one it's reporting on. You have to
Mm-hmm.
find it.
Yep.
And that's what I'm dealing with today. I'm dealing with a client that you deleted off my report. Why is it still showing? Baby, where is
Mm-hmm.
it showing that? Because as you can see, I'm showing her a report.
Yeah,
She
it's
sees
not
it's not
here.
on there. They
But the
they pulled
tenant,
a
they got their
different
own
report.
stuff. Yep.
Yeah,
And
they
that
got
and
their
that's why I don't
own
deal with it
girl.
personally because you have to find it, y'all. So,
You gotta
but
you
you can
gotta
ask the
hunt.
company too. Yeah, the company will tell you too where they're pulling it. But I don't got time
No,
for that.
some companies will and some
Some
companies
companies,
won't.
oh, they
The,
hate
the girl called today and they was like, Experian, we mean Equifax. So I had to look up Experian, the other Experian rent bureaus. And you
Mm-hmm.
have to go, and now I have to request her report. That's additional
Yep.
work, baby. I want
It
I want to be
additional work.
paid. And that's more work. I have now, and
Yeah.
now it's on that one. Now I got to see if they're gonna pull this and that report.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's a lot, y'all. So this is what they tenants. So if your client's saying that they got evictions, these is common screening. These ain't all of them. These are common. These are the ones that commonly used. But you have to find it.
Yes.
Now, what is going to include the eviction court filings, the rent balance, the risk scores, the public records, criminal background, rental history. So in eviction, again, they may show in that screening report, but not in that standard report. So when I tell y'all, it's a lot. It's a lot.
It
So
is.
you gotta know this stuff. So this is kind of like a rental collection intake interview that I have. We do speak with our clients. I know some people don't speak with their clients, but we do speak because we like to gather what's going on. So before we draft anything, we want to learn what happened. So did you voluntarily break the lease? Did you get evicted? The landlord keep the deposit? Are they claiming that you had damages? Do you have photos? Because we got to bill again. It's not a letter. We have to bill based on whatever it is that they're saying. Was it unpaid? Was there some other claim? Did you receive an itemized move out statement? Did you go to court? Was there a judgment? And they know these questions. They know it happened to them. They definitely know. And based on the story too, that's going to help me create a specified document, not just a generic validation letter. The goal is to force a clean paper trail. What was owed? How was it calculated? Where the collector is getting the right like. So this is kind of what I have here. Checklist. This is what I asked for, and it's going to be based on what they said. Take a screenshot of that checklist. It's just it's a validation letter, but it's not like the standard validation letter
Right.
for this. So it's basically asking for the same thing. Move plus lease plus move out, money trail, and collector activity. So original signed lease agreement, all lease amendments, official move out statement, itemized damage list with the dollar amount, complete rent rate ledger. I mean everything, y'all. I need it all. Look, just like the 2021 question. Look, we want it all.
Baby,
They're
I
not gonna be
swear
able to
to
provide this, y'all. I'm telling you, they're
at all.
not. They're not. So disputing is hard, but once you learn the concept and you learn the system, the structure, the strategy, it becomes easier. So this is what I asked for when I see that up there. And they'll have it. I haven't had one person had it. And then again, if they do provide all this stuff, even if you don't know how to read it, you chat GPT, look, this is what I sent, this is what I asked for,
Yeah,
this is what they sent me, what is missing. It will tell you what was missing.
exactly what's missing.
Mhm. So there is no universal strategy. From talking to me and Lakia, y'all see two different methods, two different ways. Some stuff we do so much alike though. We do so much alike. Um,
Yes.
this is what's going to is going to separate you from the template users versus the strategy, the strategic. So every account type demands its own logic, documentation, disputing angle. So the letters that we provide, it's helpful, but you got to know how to
Very.
customize to certain situations and make it
Yes.
all work.
Correct.
So this is what's going to
Correct.
separate you in this credit repair industry. Knowing what
And
type of account, just account function, what the debt is, how it works, proper reporting, what should be showing and why, improper reporting, why should it not be there, documentation, what record should they legally provide to the client or you, laws, federal, state that governs the repossession, the student loans, and strategy.
hmm
What approach fits this client file? An effective outcome. What actually moves the client file forward? So it's a lot. It's
it
definitely a
is.
lot. So this here is how you create million dollar deletions.
Yes.
This is
And we
how,
delete the millions of dollars. And
yes,
it'd be a wonderful feeling for me.
it
Getting things
is.
removed. It'd be like, oh yeah, I got that
Mm-hmm.
ass.
Yes, I love it. So day two, how y'all feeling? I know
Yes.
y'all
Are
got some
y'all
questions.
excited? Did y'all learn some things? Was it
I'm gonna drop this class for the people that want to join the what it's called. Look, I forgot what it's called. The VIP lounge. We got some people that
yeah.
want to join the VIP lounge. We got one person that paid so far for the VIP lounge. Anybody else? We got one more night. And if y'all think this was overwhelming a little bit, I'm telling y'all, tomorrow